Hello, it's Stephanie with Coffee Paper Scissors. I've been sitting here, actually I started a video, but that didn't work out. So I'm sitting here trying to figure out how to make an interactive pocket here on this page. I was hoping to do sort of a tri-fold where it was opening a couple of ways, but on one sheet of paper. So I sat and folded and folded and folded, and it just didn't work out because of the size and shape. If it were smaller, I think I could have made it work. I'm still thinking, how can I make this work? But I just know that I can't. So I've moved on to what I think will be easier. And we'll just make it, what I wanted to do was have it be the shape of this fussy cut, where it was only attached maybe on the bottom, and I could have it flipping around, you know, up and down for it to open. Again, my sheet of paper was just not long enough because of the size of the fussy cut. So what I'm going to do instead is not be as particular about the shape. We're just going to go with your standard pocket shape, but then hopefully still have it be kind of interactive. So let's see what we figure out. So I've cut it to be just a little bit less than the width of the page. I haven't glued it down to my digital print yet because I'm not sure. I might be putting some ribbon coming out from the sides to tie this closed. I just don't know yet. Okay, so then I can position it where it fits and then do my folds from there. So let's go ahead and glue this down. I inked around it already. I got out for a little while yesterday and I went to Joann Fabric, you guys. I wasn't sure. I've been waiting, thinking, you know, of course the sales, the clearance sales at first were going to be not so great. And I thought if I wait, I don't know how long it's been, a couple weeks at this point, that the sales would get better. Well, I was in the store for probably 4 minutes. I'm not exaggerating. The best I saw was 40% off, and that was only on a few things. I didn't look at the fabric at all. I'm just not much of a fabric buyer. I buy little bits at a time as I need it, and I figure that's not a huge loss for me. I can just get something at Hobby Lobby or some other fabric store in Spokane. I do think we have a couple of quilt stores, so it's not the end of the world. But any paper crafting stuff, the regular sale price on their scrapbook paper is way better than their clearance price. They only had stuff priced at 20% off, and like every other week it's 40% off, just like at Hobby Lobby. So I don't know, I think that's a little underhanded in my opinion. But having said that, there were a lot of people in there, and there were a lot of people in line. So I don't know if these are people who don't normally go in and know what the sales are like. I don't know, but anyway, I got nothing. Okay, so now I'm gonna fold it up. And then down, and I'm okay that it's shorter. I'm okay with that because it'll open up like that. Well, I wanted to make it, okay, so what I'll do, so I wanted to make it so that it folded down also. So this is going to end up just being kind of a tuck. not a tuck, just kind of a more shallow pocket, I guess. So it will, nope, that's not gonna work. That's what I thought. Okay. It needs to be all the way to the edge. Okay, it's okay if my fold is a little bit off. Okay, it's not the end of the world. So that when I go to, so I'll just need to add a scrap, and I think I have some in my, I don't want to create more scraps. Well, you know how that is. I have a piece of coffee dyed paper that I can use to hinge it. So let's just get it to be the right. I'm not going to glue it down yet. What I'm going to do is a little bit of inking, and you guys don't need to sit and watch me ink, so I'll be right back. All right, so before I show you what I've done, I'm just going to add a little bit of, I haven't done really anything, I've just inked, but I'll show you in just a second. I was just going to add a little bit of embellishment. These are the Shabby Dabby Doodah labels again. It just was so blank right there. Can't have that, you know. Come on, come out. It's drying up a little bit, and if I push too hard, it's a big blob will come out. So I was going to add 2. Just for a little bit of layering. And I wanted to add, well, let me just show you first. I've basically inked the whole thing around the edges all the way. And I need to add, I haven't done this part yet. Okay, so this, I need to ink this part. And then I can add this either way. I can do it like that. So that it flips down like that. Or I can do it like that. Oops. I have that fold there, but that's fine. It's totally fine. It's not gonna, it's gonna show on one side or the other. I'm just trying to decide which side. I think I'm gonna do it this way. I mean, I want my inking to show. Okay, just, no. I'm still deciding. If I do it like that, then I need to ink both sides. Okay, so I'm going to glue my hinge here. But I'm not going to glue it down to the page just yet because I want to add a little bit of lace and then sew, do a little stitching on just where I've added the lace. So when I glue it down, it'll open like that. But I have this little bit of lace left that I want to get it, you know, used up. And let me get that out of the way. It's not going to use the whole thing, but that's okay. Some is better than none. I thought it would be pretty to add it and then just do a straight stitch right here. So let's cut right there. Just kind of loosen it a little bit from the cut and put a little bit of Fabri-Tac on it. That's more than a little bit, but that's okay. I want it to stay. So I'll have to let it dry a little bit before I put it through my sewing machine. Okay, that's not the right one. I almost put the wrong one down. It's going to be pretty, I think. I was thinking about doing one more thing here. And I'm kind of nervous about doing it, but I think it'll be kind of cute if I can make it work. Let's see, I'm looking over here in my scraps. That might be good. I don't think I need the whole thing. I'm thinking about making like a belly band, but that opens so that you still have your full journaling space. So I would want to put it, attach it underneath. And I want it just a little bit thinner, I think. Let's see. That is 1.5 inches. And I just want to put a fold. So it won't be a big belly band, you know, like it won't have, it's just to put kind of, you know, something small in. But I want to back it. I want to back it with something thinner because I want my magnets. I'm going to use magnets and I want the magnets to work. And then you could also write on it. Let me pull out my magnets. Oh, you guys, this is, I don't do this, you know, I bought these magnets forever ago on Amazon. And that's the information I have. No idea if they still have them available. They're a little bit finicky, actually. They break easily, so I've got a couple of broken ones there. And I'm not good at knowing how to line them up. That's one of the things that I'm kind of unsure about. So that one and that one, I need it. You also have to make sure you're gluing the correct sides. So I'm going to put glue on the sides where I put a dark spot. Let that dry. And but then lining it up, that is like really hard for me. Okay, I think I figured it out. Okay. So let's go ahead and put I don't know what the best glue is for it, honestly. And I might have needed to make this just a little bit bigger. A little bit of a glue booger might be a good thing because it'll hold it quicker. Come on, Stephanie. Oopsie, it attached somewhere. Oh my gosh. Okay. Anyway, I want the dark spot down. And did it go back onto here? It did. There it is. Isn't that crazy? Okay, and then I'm going to put my coffee dyed paper on top of this. Then you just have to make sure you get it all glued down around your magnet. Let's cut this out. I don't need to ink that part, but I do want to ink this where the fold is. So after I went to Joann Fabric, I thought, I'm out. I had gone in specifically, and it's, you know, in the next town. So it was 20 minutes or so. Let's go ahead and glue this down. So since I had put the effort into actually driving into town, I decided while I was there, I would go into Michael's and Hobby Lobby. And I found nothing at Michael's that I wanted. And at Hobby Lobby, I bought some chiffon fabric. That's what she called it. I'm not good at knowing what fabrics are, like what their names are. But I bought some to go with this journal. It's so pretty. Isn't that beautiful? So I thought I would make some really fun ribbons or something. I bought a little bit of cream colored also, but I thought that was real pretty. All right, I'm going to pause this for a minute while I sew across here, and then we're going to add, we'll go ahead and put everything together at that point. All right, let's finish this up. I stitched here, still haven't glued it down. I added a little bit of just some scraps here, and then I decided to put eyelets on all four corners. I have these purple eyelets, and I thought if I'm not going to use them in this journal, when am I ever going to use them? I would have loved to do a brown or like bronze or something, but it's a lavender journal, so I think that that was the right choice. Now, I have some seam binding that I'm going to attach to the back side. Let's go ahead and glue this down. So I have, again, it opens up like this. I decided to attach my hinge here, and so that it goes like that, if that makes sense. So let's go ahead and glue that down so I know exactly where it's going to be. I really enjoy making these interactive pages. They take a long time though. And when you're trying to, I don't know, there's something about finishing the journal, you know? And so when you're trying to do that and you're spending hours on one page, which is definitely what I do sometimes, then it kind of makes for a long journal making process, let's just say. All right, I'm going to put the seam binding on with, I think what I'll do is just give myself like a little mark here and here. I'm going to attach it with just a little bit of hot glue. Just a little bit, not too much, because I don't want it to be really bulky. Got my magnet attaching. Okay, just a little bit of hot glue. Let's get it over here. You can use whatever kind of ribbon, of course, or trim or whatever. Let's see, I want it to kind of line up. Don't know where my little squisher thing is, but that's fine. Okay, so that's down. And then my magnet that I want to use to hold this down, remember we want the glue side down. And so if I pick it up, yay, so that lined it up. I was like, how am I gonna do that? And I don't know how many times I've used magnets and didn't think to do it that way. I don't know. Let's go ahead and tie this closed. And then trim it. And now we can glue it down, you guys. Just to keep this in place, I'm going to put, something I notice I've said a lot is I'm going to, how about I say let's? I don't know. I try not to, sometimes I worry about what I say over and over again, but we're all humans. We're all humans. We're only human. Bound to make our share of mistakes. Get a little closer to the edge. I was thinking about putting the art glitter glue there, but you know, this will work too. I also went to a thrift store yesterday. I found one thing but decided not to buy it. It was a sweater, like a, what's it called? Cardigan that was like crochet that I could have cut apart. But I wasn't sure if I would have used it as much as, I don't know. It was the color. It was green. It was pretty, but I just don't know if I would have used it. And it was the only thing I found, and it wasn't real affordable. So I put it back. I had it in my cart, but since it was the only thing I found, I just decided not to go through the trouble. Just want to make sure it's really stuck around those edges. And where the magnet is, it should be stuck just fine. Now, I don't know what I'm going to put in the pocket there yet. Oh, I have a butterfly also was going to add there. I thought that would be pretty. So, and I inked around it already and inked the back so it can stick off a little bit, but it won't have, you know, bright white sticking off. So these can go down in here, and you might say, well, why did you do a magnet? Well, I'll show you. Let me find one other thing. Let's just say, let's pretend that this is what was going to be our pocket. Okay, so it looks like a pocket, right? But then you can take it all out and take it out, and then if you undo it, you have all the journaling space here and here, but then also the whole page here for journaling. So I don't know. It's a lot of fun, a lot of journaling, a really long time to make. I'm gonna sit here and see what else I can come up with, and hopefully it not take me quite as long. I think I will go ahead and leave these things in for now. I don't know if they'll be what stays there. But now I just need to work on the rest of the signature. Thanks for watching. I hope that was fun for you. We'll see you soon. Bye.